Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Political Vigilante. My name is Graham Elwood. You're here. You're all making Gotham great again. And you're getting your news here because they're lying to you. Or they're withholding stuff or whatever else on the corporate media. So you come here. And this is going to show how they can take some actual data and manipulate it however they want. This article was submitted by a Patreon supporter, Lauren D'Alessandro. So if you want to support this show, you can go to patreon.com/Graham Elwood and submit articles like this and bring stuff to my attention that I wasn't aware of. So I thank you, Lauren, for this. New inequity numbers are a gift to campaign sloganeers. The Fed developed a data set that throws wealth disparities into high relief, okay? And I'm going to go into this. This link is in the show notes below. It came out a couple weeks ago. The Fed did all this studying, and within this article, you can click to a hyperlink of the actual Federal Reserve's report if you want to read all the way through it. And what it has is it shows all the wealth inequities. But what this article is showing is how anybody could just cherry pick and say, you know, like, oh, the overall, there's all this money. America's economy is doing great. You know how the corporate media keeps telling us how great the economy's doing? And they always leave out stuff like people working part-time work are not listed as unemployed. So, oh, with all the gig economy, everyone's working. People are working 2 and 3 jobs and barely getting by. You know, if you drive for Uber or Grubhub or Lyft or whatever, you don't have health care. You don't have a retirement plan. You don't have any of those things. You know, those things that used to help build upward mobility in America. That's what created our thriving middle class. You work hard, you got health benefits and raises and all this stuff like that and retirement packages and all. No. Now, so boy, the overall, you know, GDP of America is fantastic. It's only for the 1%, as we are going to find out. Making it simple to cherry pick your favorite data point and support your philosophical views on just about anything. That's what this report is going to, and this report in the article, please read the whole in the show note. It goes, this piece of data the Trump campaign can use because it shows, look how great America's economy is. This piece a Democrat could use. Like, this is good for incumbents. This is, it's amazing. So listen to this. Household assets are at an all-time high, with total value of $117.6 trillion. Total net worth, assets minus liabilities, is $102.5 trillion. Well, that's fantastic. Amazing. Do you feel like you have a lot of assets? That means property, investments, you know, not just material things, but like you have a stock portfolio, you have an IRA, you have a 401k, you have whatever, you bought an investment property that you don't live in, that you rent out or something like that. Those right? Those are assets. So there's only, you know, there's $15 trillion in liability, but everyone's doing great. Everyone? The Fed found that the top 1% of American households held wealth of $32.5 trillion. Total wealth. That's everybody's bank accounts, everybody's investment, stocks, real estate. You own part of a company that is worth X amount of dollars, right? The bottom 50% of households in America by wealth, they own a total assets of $6.8 trillion. But then they have $5.6 trillion in liabilities. You see that now? You see that now? So the bottom half of the country, you know, yeah, they got a decent amount of assets, but look at this. Half of the country has $6.8 trillion in Whereas the 1% has, I mean, what is that? 5 times the amount of the bottom half of the country? So that's why this number, oh, man, America's doing great. All-time high. Who has the all-time high? The 1% has the all-time high. You and I don't have the all-time high. The 1% has the all-time high. So that's why Trump and the corporate media is going along with this. The economy's doing great because they're owned by the big corporations whose CEOs have broken another record. 2018 was another record-breaking year for CEO salaries. The bottom 50% not having a record-breaking year. It's not happening. Share of U.S. wealth by percentiles. Top 1% share of total assets, right here. This is how it's been going. And this is the bottom 50% of total assets. Never really, hasn't really improved. The 1%'s assets keep going up. Keep going up. Look at that. So when they say the economy's doing well, it's doing well for the 1%. Their stock portfolios are going up, right? The 1% aren't filing for bankruptcy because of healthcare costs. The 1% didn't get wiped out in 2008. They actually made money. They profited from all of us getting wiped out. I don't have the same assets. I lost my home in 2010, so I don't have the same assets that I have. The conclusion here is that the wealthy own most of the assets, while the less wealthy are stuck with most of the liabilities. I have some debt. Do you have debt? And it's not even like a mortgage. Like normally a mortgage, they don't even view as the same type of debt because it's like, let's say you have a $200,000 mortgage, but your house is worth $250,000. Well, you have $50,000 in profit. Your investment is worth $50,000. See? But when you got credit card debt and you got to use a credit card to pay for your healthcare costs, and you have to, you're driving for Uber or Lyft or something like that, or Grubhub, and then brakes go out and you don't have the $300 for the brake job because you're making $13 to $14 an hour or whatever, and so then you got to put that brake job on your credit card, and then you're paying the minimum payment, and you're paying 20%. That's all by design. The data helps us see that supply-side economics was always about shifting wealth from the low and middle ends of the wealth distribution toward the top. That's supply side. That's what. It was designed to take wealth out of our pockets, the bottom half, the 99%ers, and put it in the 1%ers' pockets. There's more billionaires now than ever. This was by design. From the article. And it's the result of public policies. They bought politicians to deregulate. Clinton repealed Glass-Steagall, which was New Deal era that was written by FDR for regulating the banks. That's what the Great Depression was caused by unregulated banks. And when FDR came in and tried to regulate everything, which he did, and he saved, everyone says he saved capitalism. I did a video on Smedley Butler was contacted by capitalists to try to stage a coup and assassinate, basically, or get FDR out of power because FDR was hurting their bottom line. And the capitalists have been trying to get rid of the New Deal since it happened in the 30s. And they've done a fine job of it. They've done a fine job of it. So thank you for supporting the show. Like I said, go to patreon.com/Graham Elwood. Go to Rockfin, ROKFIN.com. That is a blockchain cryptocurrency platform because I keep getting demonetized by YouTube. They demonetized several of my Jeffrey Epstein videos. They demonetized my video about Smedley Butler. So the ads, the shows that do have ads on them, watch the ads all the way through. Don't click skip ad. When you click skip ad, I don't get paid. If you have a YouTube Red subscription, every time you watch, I get paid. And go to Patreon, go to Rockfin. The links are in the show notes below. And then come see Ron Placone and I on the road for the Progressive Comedy Tour next month. We're going to the Midwest, September 4th through the 8th. We are doing Omaha, Sioux Falls, Madison, Wisconsin, Minneapolis, and Iowa City. Go to GrahamElwood.com for all your tour dates. Thanks for watching, and you're all making Gotham great again.